Week 3, Day 19. The Eucharist in You. Day 19. First, last and only. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4 verse 13. My boys love baseball and their passion for the game is contagious, so I have become fascinated with the game and all the life lessons it teaches. We recently saw a great player in his last game and I wondered what it was like for him to know he was walking out onto that field one last time. He had been doing it since he was a child. He loved it. But now it was coming to an end. And what would he give to play one more game, one more series, one more season? But he can't. Sooner or later, all baseball players are told they can't play anymore. Some are told when they are children, others in high school, some in college or the minor leagues, and some after a rich and professional career. The day can be pushed off with talent and effort, but eventually it will still come. Think about your favorite sport, and your favorite player in the history of that sport. What do you think it was like to play their last game? What sort of emotion do you think filled them? And what sort of longing do they still carry for the game? These are powerful experiences and emotions, and still, it is just a game. There are things that are much more important. Avila is a small city in the rolling hill country 1 hour northwest of Madrid in Spain. This is the birthplace of Saint Teresa of Avila, one of the greatest Catholic mystics and writers of all time. She wrote extensively on many topics and often reflected on her love and appreciation of the Eucharist. Jesus realizes that we are weak and knows that the laborers must be nourished with such food. Do you think this heavenly food fails to provide sustenance, even for these bodies, that it is not a great medicine even for bodily ills? I know that it is. The wonders this most sacred bread affects in those who worthily receive it are well known. There is a church in Avila, built on the site of Teresa's childhood home. In the sacristy where the priests prepare for Mass there is a large wooden crucifix on the wall. The crucifix is surrounded by these words, which have been painted on the wall. Priest of Jesus Christ, celebrate this holy Mass as if it were your first Mass, your last Mass, your only Mass. Now let me ask you a question. If you could only go to Mass once in your entire life, if you could only receive the Eucharist once, how satisfied or dissatisfied would you be with how you participated in Mass last Sunday? So, this is my challenge to you today. From now on, each time you go to Mass, participate as if it were your first Mass, your last Mass, your only Mass. Imagine you could only participate in Mass one more time before meeting God for the final judgment. How would you prepare? What would you wear? What intentions would you bring to that Mass? Who would you pray for knowing you wouldn't see them again in this lifetime? Who would you pray for knowing you wouldn't see them again in this lifetime? I don't know when your last Mass will be. But I know the best way to prepare yourself for that day is to approach each Mass you are blessed to attend as if it were your first, last, and only. Trust. Surrender. Believe. Receive. Lesson. Every time you go to Mass, participate as if it were your first communion, your last communion, your only communion. Virtue of the day. Preparedness. The virtue of preparedness is a state of readiness, especially for death, judgment, and heaven. Spiritual communion. Jesus. I believe that you are truly present in the most holy sacrament of the Eucharist. Every day I long for more of you. I love you above all things, and I desire to receive you into my soul. Since I cannot receive you sacramentally at this moment, I invite you to come and dwell in my heart. May this spiritual communion increase my desire for the Eucharist. You are the healer of my soul. Take the blindness from my eyes, the deafness from my ears, the darkness from my mind, and the hardness from my heart. Fill me with the grace, wisdom, and courage to do your will in all things. My Lord and my God, draw me close to you, nearer than ever before. Amen.